Hi, this is Mr. Fusion Designs and welcome to our channel. This is the Fast and Furious build Brian's Nissan Skyline GTR from FANHOME. This is pack 3, issue 6. So let's take a look at the magazine. So we should be doing quite a lot to the engine block, as you can see. A lot of small parts, but this should be a lot of fun. So let's get on with it. So this is how it will come in the pack, and we will need this part. I'm gonna try keep everything as it is so we don't get confused. Just move it to the side for a second. And we will need our engine block, what we was working on. I have to say it is very impressive, and everything is metal, so amazing detail. Now you have to turn that over. Hopefully you could see. Let's just make sure which way we're doing. You can see there's some pins pointing outwards, and you will just need to line that up. So let's try to line that up. Hopefully you could see that there's some two places where you need to put some screws. Let me see if yeah, you could see that just there. So let's just take 2 AM screws that was supplied in the pack. Let me just take my screwdriver. We need 2 of these. Okay, so that's firmly now in place. So we will need our next part. So let's try and figure this out. So you can see there's 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3 of these. So the top one is showing us, sorry, I'm gonna do the bottom one. So that's B, sorry, 6B. 6B, I believe it's facing this way. So you can see that. So there's a straight edge and 2 bits, and there's a peg there. With that you have these parts, and with this section just fit that over the peg as so. So that's one just like that. Then these 2 should be the same. So these are 6A, and we have these 2 parts. And you can see again this section. Let's fit that over. So that's 1, and again same thing, and 2. Making sure they're pressed in correctly. So we have 2 like that, and 1 like that. Sorry, like that. So let's get that fitted. So we're back with our engine block. So let's try and sort these parts out. And 2 should be the same. So we have these 2, as you can see, are the same. So that will fit onto this section, and that one there, and then this one that's facing the opposite side just will go there. And with that we will need what are these? BP screws. So 3 of these. Oh, that's all screwed in place. I guess we will adjust these after. So let's move on to the next part. So that's how that should look. So we are back with our parts. We will need this part and AM screw. So let's just take our screw out. Get that ready now. Let's put that there. So this will just go right there. It is going into metal. I don't have any oil on hand. That's tight enough. And now this part, I believe it goes like that. You can see just there, just above, there's a little hole. Hopefully I could get my tweezers just in there. Push that in. Just adjust it slightly. So, yep, that's that part done. Let's get on to the next one. So let's take this part out and this one. Now, hopefully you can see it is like a D-shaped hole. Quite difficult to see, and it will go like that. So let's just try find which direction it goes. And there you go. Just push that in, should be like that. Let's get our engine. So the part we just screwed in, we have to just line that up. Let me just make sure that is it a D shape? I don't think it's a D shape, it's just line that up carefully. I believe this should fit into this hole here. That's in place there, and it should line up somehow like that. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's how that should look. I could weather all this up, paint it all nicely, and things we will see. So let's move on to the next one. We will need this part. So let's just get this out the way. Is there a certain way? It perhaps so. Let me just have a look. I believe it should be as so. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah, you can see there's a location pin there, or part, and it looks just like that. So we will know which direction that goes in. Let's just push. I don't believe that should come out. You can put, I guess, a bit of glue on that, but I think that should be fine. Let's trying to push that in as much as possible. Oh, that looks okay. Now we have this part. And we will need a P screw for that. So let's just try to figure this out. I really have to say it is very impressive, this engine block. So far you can see that is quite good. Let me just get my screwdriver. Oh, that's looking like that. A few more parts to go. We have this one. So it is directional. Let's just see. It should be like that. Do we put a screw in that? Let me just make sure on the instructions. So there's no actual screw that goes there. There could be a pipe or another part in the next issue. So as you can see, it just fits over these like that. And you can see 1, 2, 3 screw holes. With that we will need KP screws. That's in place. So that's, where are we? This one and this one, and I believe we will need NP screws. So that's the last of our screws. So with that, it goes. Hopefully you can see. I believe it will fit over this pipe like that and then into this hole. Yep. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, now we have this part. So this should be a lot of fun. You can see a small little peg there and a hole there, so we need to put this through this peg here, and then when that goes, you have 4 location pins that will press onto that. That will need to go through those 2 bits and with a screw through that. So let's try get all that in place. Could be a bit fiddly. So that's that pin there, and let's line up these. Perhaps if I push this in place and then try, yeah, I think that should be better. So let's push this in, then with my tweezers, drop my screwdriver, with my tweezers try and push this over that pin. Okay, that's great. So that's, as you can see, on there. Now carefully push these towards where they need to go, and we will need a screw to put these two together. Amazing detail, a lot of fun. Just take your time, it will go as you see. So we have a NP screw, quite tiny. Okay, let's see how this will work out. We will need to put a screw through this. Okay, so far so good. Just needs to bite through the other location. Hopefully you get there soon. And did we get through to that one? I think we did. Wow. So I was quite lucky to get that through, but that's looking great. So really happy with that. So that's the end of that issue. So now we are moving to issue 7, and I believe it will be the front right disc. I've heard a few people having a few issues with these location pins. Let's see how we get on. And yeah, so this is what we will get in this issue. Let's just carefully take our disc out, caliper. Let's just put this aside for now. Let's see how we get this now. We have a R, as you can see, and show you that, and 1, 2, slowly. If it is tight, could be there's too much paint on there, but let's work your way very carefully. If they do snap off, you could always glue them together, but I'm taking really my time on this. Take your time. It is a bit fiddly, I'm not gonna lie. A bit nervousing, but they do go in place. So that's how that is fitted. So let's get on to our disc. So this is our disc. So that's our right again. I believe, let's just get this correct. There's some location pins again. Let's get these pins lined up. I do like the detail on this. Vented discs a lot better. If they didn't have something like that, I probably would have mod mines, but thankfully they should be fine as they are. So sorry, I didn't say what screws I was using. They are ZP screws, I believe. Yep, ZP screws. So let's just get these in place. Don't over tighten them because it is plastic, it just could over thread. But that's the end of that issue. moving on to our last issue, 8. These magazines are great. So, front suspension system. So we're working on a suspension system. Doesn't look too bad. So let's get on with that. So this is what we will be getting with our parts. Everything seems to be metal. We have a screwdriver with this issue. It says to take the left side, so you can see there's an L there. And we got these parts, 2 of them for now. Let's take our screwdriver. With that we will need a, hopefully I could do this without any oil, AEM screws. So that's one. Again, let's start this off. I don't believe it's what side. I think they're both the same. So yeah, that was difficult. Not easy at all. Like I said, highly recommended oil for them. So hopefully you see the direction I'm going in, so let's do that. It's showing us, this is all metal, showing us this way. And these location pins just goes like that with this arm showing that way. With that we will need CM screws, so these are our CM. So as you can see, that's in place. So I'm gonna just repeat the other side. I'm sure you don't want me to do the exactly same. It's just the opposite side, and I'll come back to you. So now that's the right side done. It's the exactly same thing that we did to this side. So I thought just skip that part. So that's looking really well. Everything's metal. That's our disc, our caliper, and our engine that we worked on. So I really hope you enjoyed that issue. It was very enjoyable, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Please hit that like and subscribe button, that would help us a lot. And until next time, thanks again. Bye.